Hello guys, it's Iliya here and welcome to the weekly outlook and setups volume 17. So we're gonna have a look at how the market developed over this week. Did we have any nice opportunities? And we're gonna analyze to see if there is something present for the next week. If you've been enjoying my content since now, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button to help my channel grow a little bit more and spread the knowledge I am providing. So I will be doing a educational video soon, but I am still searching for your ideas. So make sure to leave me a comment down below on what do you want to see from me talking about education and different trading strategies and whatever you need. So let's jump right now to analyzing the market. Starting always from the DXY, so what do we have? I'm here on the daily time frame and I just can see consolidation here, candle up, candle down, candle up, candle down, and a lot of indecision this whole week. So I cannot really expect anything from the dollar. I've been forecasting this one to be bearish. I was bearish bias on this one, but as you can see, this market has been consolidating the whole week. So you can see we have a major area here on this market, and we've been kind of creating minor lower highs here, but in the same time price action found support here. So we're currently in this ranging market. I can see that price action is currently finding resistance here at the previous lower high. It's a potential double top as well. So I will still remain short bias for the DXY. I hope there is some news for next week that will push the dollar in any direction. I really don't care. I just want to see movement of the dollar to give a direction for all of the pairs I'm trading, because they're almost all USD based. So really nothing to analyze on the DXY. You can see hourly time frame, the consolidation is clear, support at the bottom and resistance at the top, currently creating this lower high as I said. So I'm a little bit more bearish bias than bullish, but let's see what Euro USD will tell us more. Euro USD daily time frame, absolutely the same situation. You can see candle down, candle up, consolidation overall. So as you all know, this trend is down, and as I called in my previous volume, we had this tap here and I told you that this may be a potential resistance here and 0.3 of this trend line. So we had the reaction here. You can see on market open, very bearish close here, but we had the immediate return back, which indicates consolidation. And you can see this market, nothing really to trade. So currently staying in this consolidation area here, something like this. Or if you want to include the major here, the major low, we see that price is currently finding support at it. So really no opportunities here, as I am short bias on the DXY. This one should be pushing up. Wow, it looks very bearish, breaking below this kind of structure and creating new lower low on the shorter term. So if price action pulls back a little bit next week and makes a new lower high and then breaks the structure, so I will be short bias on Euro USD, and I want to see the DXY push up a little bit to give that strength for the dollar and cause all of the currencies to move a little bit. So that's for Euro USD. Let's see how the market opens and let's see if we manage to break below or above this consolidation area. Euro JPY kind of gives us a hint about the euro direction, but this movement was caused by Japanese news. So the Japanese yen got very strong and pushed all of the Japanese pairs down, and it was a very nice opportunity here for EJ, which I will show you right now. But looking at the daily time frame, this was this massive push up, and right now this is kind of a double top here on the lower time frames, and right now we're pushing down, breaking below this kind of supportive area here and closing below, which is very strong. So if you would draw a Fibonacci like this would look very bullish. So currently price action may come in and around this area, 15.61% pocket always, but we still have a lot of downside potential. So yeah, that's almost 100 pips. So I will be looking for shorts in this pair next week, and we'll take into account this kind of area. So let's switch to the 4 hourly to see what's going on. So as you can see, after price action created this high here, price action gap down, tried to fill the gap but couldn't actually make it, then pushed down a little bit, and then we had the fill of the gap. So we've created this kind of structure here, a lower high of this one, created a minor one, pushed down to the downside to indicate that sellers are here, and then we had this amazing opportunity here. As you can see, we have 1 2 3 formation here, and if you manage to enter on the lower time frames, it would be perfect. You have multiple hours of rejection here, push down, and then you have another little range here which you could have traded as a breakout of the range, and this price action finished the week very bearish. So as I said, this was caused by Japanese yen strength. So as for the next week, what I will be waiting for, as always, pull back here for a lower high to get the best possible risk to reward ratio. So I will talk about risk to reward ratio 100% in one of my next educational videos. So that is Euro JPY, pull back again for a lower high to enter a short position. Aussie USD, again, very weak pair this week caused by news. We had Aussie and NZD news, one of the days which were very important actually. I think there were even interest rate decisions. So you see how the market reacts to news. So on the daily time frame, this is actually a nice retracement. I would say it's 50%, I think. Yep, exactly 50%, actually perfectly respecting the fib level. So let's see what we have for longer term target here. That is 65,700. So let's see. On the daily time frame, very bearish momentum. So really not to look for here on the daily, except for some kind of supportive level here. 0.67 would do perfect. Let's do it like this. 0.67. You can see perfect demand area here. A lot of wicks spiking through this level, so the price action is having a hard time breaking below. So you can see after this here kind of wedge or channel formation here, we managed to break below and break this kind of structure, and then we had the perfect opportunity here. I think I called something like this in the previous volume, that I wanted to see a break of this kind of formation and then a retest back to continue down, and you can see it played out very nicely. I even uploaded a video in Instagram, you can check it out. So what do we have for next week? So we have this kind of structure here, lower high. So what am I expecting after price created a lower low? Very simple, guys, as you all know already, a new lower high. So if I it is not the perfect trend line here, so nope, I won't draw a trend line. So it's a downward moving market. I will just wait for the pullback here, give me the rejection, something like this here in and around this area, and then I will be watching to continue down and riding this pair up to 0.767. sorry. So very nice opportunity for next week, Aussie USD. Let's see if it gives us the retracement, and then we will be looking for short opportunities. AJ here, even more impacted by the news because we had the JPY strength and the Aussie news. So you can see the flush has been massive here. So on the daily time frame, we had a slowdown here. Is this a Fibonacci level? I think 61.8 or even 78.6. Yep, pocket here. Not really a fib level, so I wouldn't look at it. So daily time frame, very bearish momentum, and switching down to the 4-hourly. So we had the gap here again, fill of the gap, and price action struggling to break above this kind of level here. And then we had the breakout and price action just continued flushing. So a good opportunity to enter was right here after price action created lower high, gave us nice opportunities here to enter. 1 hour 30 minute if you want. You have a lot of formations here, evening star formations, pin bars, dojis, whatever you want to base your entry on. So that is absolutely the same as Aussie USD. I will be monitoring those two pairs for the retracement and then pushing back down to, let's see, to where, so 72,500 I think was my initial target. You can see that's a very strong level respected in the past. So from the daily time frame, you can see it even better. So this will be my first target, and I will be kind of expecting this pair to push down even a little bit more to some lower supportive regions. So if you have a look again at long opportunities, longer term ones, you can see 1561% pocket is in and around this area here. So we have a lot of space to capitalize on the shorter term movement and the 4-hour downtrend. Let's see what happens next week. NZD USD has been a massive flush. As you can see, we had a gap down here, immediate fill of the gap, and a massive flush to the downside. We had just 1 day of bullish price action here, rejection from the bottom, but since then we've been flushing down very nicely, and we've broken below this kind of demand area here. So looking for shorts only. So we will be getting into a very strong demand area here, which is from 2015. So I don't know if I should take into account this kind of area here, because that is too far away in time. But just plotting this support level, it's 0.62, so we can have some kind of support here in and around this area. So 4-hourly time frame, you can see ample opportunities. So within this downtrend here, you are having lower high formation here, little lower high here, and perfect lower high here. And price action has been tumbling down since the beginning of the week. So what am I expecting again? You see we broke this kind of demand area here, so I will be waiting for a retest at it. You can see even on the trend line, kind of a tap here just. I will be watching in and around this area here. You can see this wick, where this wick spiked and where exactly the level is. That's my last kind of structure. So I will be watching for resistance here, and if price action breaks above and continues with bullish trend, I wouldn't be looking for buys, because this tends to happen on Monday. So we have almost every Monday we have a new bias. So analyzing from the week, from the weekend, is like a double-edged sword, because you might have a very nice opportunity for next week, like on market open, but most of the times, like 80% of the times, you will get a reversal or something opposite to the things you analyzed over the weekend. So always take into account another bias here and another possibility, because trading is all about possibilities. So this is NZD USD. As I told you, I will be waiting for a retest of this level, trend line, and last lower high for a short opportunity. NZD JPY as well, very nice flush here, especially with the JPY strength. You can see the market gap down here, filled the gap and flushed immediately. So we're right now approaching a demand area here. So you have this wick here to the downside, but you just want to take like an average area here, just not to make it too big and even tap in a quick level like this. So this will be our longer term target. You can see on the 4-hourly it looks very nice. So what I will be waiting for this pair next week. So we're having this very nice downtrend here. You can see that the market is overextended kind of. You can see that although it's gaining more and more momentum, we don't want to sell at this point of the price action. So we want to make sure we wait for the pullback, retest of the trend line, retest of structure, whatever it is, but we want to sell high. So we have a lot of space to the downside here. 66,700s will be my target, and maybe the round number of 67.0 will be the first kind of profit taking and break even securing the trade. So really looking for the pullback on this pair, because it looks overextended, but this doesn't mean that on market open the market cannot just flush down and tap this level and even break it. So always expect the unexpected, as we say in trading. But our forecast is that price action will pull back here, will create a lower high formation, and then we will sell with a nice risk to reward ratio. USD Swiss, different pair to trade this week. So I was bullish bias on this one. Just by looking at the daily structure, you can see it's pushing up, and we're having this kind of channel to an ascending channel. So really up structure. So I was looking at this kind of demand area here. Price action resisted here. at 17th of September. So I started looking for short opportunities, but you can see manipulation always occurs with this bullish candle here, taking out the stop losses, and then the market decided to go down. So I'm bullish bias on USD Swiss, which gives me a bearish bias on the DXY as well, and a bullish bias on EU. So the market hasn't been correlating that well this week. So what did we have here? We had the push up here to break this kind of resistance, then immediate push down, and then we had an opportunity here, lower high formation, to enter a short position. But currently, if I delete everything from my chart, what I see is a little consolidation area, and what I will be waiting for, as always, will be a break. Price action can find support here at this level. You can see nice zone support here, retest back, lower high formation, and then we can sell the market. As for support and resistance levels, if this was your channel, you can always pick up like the points. They will always serve you well for take profit areas, and you can see always 0.98 round number. The market loves round numbers, so make sure you include this into your analysis. And again, lower high formation for USD Swiss to go short on this one, but first I want to see a break and close below this little consolidation box here. USD JPY, interesting pair to trade after the Japanese news was released. So you can see it was a very nice bullish leg here, and we expected some kind of pullback to the downside. We had this 1, 2, 3 evening star formation here before we analyzed. Then we had the gap here, and price action just folded over right now and continued pushing down. So daily time frame is bearish right now, looking at the candles. So we had this push down to the downside. We broke this kind of area here, and I was watching for short opportunities here. I didn't take any because it was during news or exactly after news. So I said, let's just wait a little bit for the market to kind of comprehend what the news was about. And we had a lot of consolidation here, so I said, okay, I just won't trade this. But on Friday we had this massive push down, take profit would be hit, but never mind. So a perfect actually weekly closure, breaking below this kind of support level here, and a very nice area for a retest to continue down. So as for take profits, I would first look for this level here. You can see it is just a simple break and retest of support of previous resistance turning support, and this is the point where the market gapped and found supports to push and fill the gap up. And to the downside, you can find numerous support and resistance levels. So if I get into a short position, I will make sure to secure my trade here and will let it run to the downside. So that's UJ, very simple setup, and it should be on your red list for next week. USD CAD, so with all the things that are happening with oil, this is not an appropriate pair to be traded. So you can see a lot of consolidation here and indecision. I don't think that this is even a Fibonacci level. Oh, actually it's a nice 61.8%, so possibly a short bias, but really nothing to give us the indication yet. So I will just draw this quick and simple ranging market, because you can see the market is ranging. So I'm gonna take this kind of structure, with this being my lowest points here, support, 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 this kind of high low formation here, push up, failure to continue up. So really ranging, but it's not a clear range, it's just a kind of choppy market, a distribution phase maybe to push down. So very simple again, guys, wait for the break and the retest of this range, and then we can ride this pair to the downside at this kind of levels here, which are 31/300s or even 1.31. Euro GBP, really nothing on this pair this week. You can see just spikes to the upside on the daily time frame, but really not movement at all. And if we switch down to the 4-hourly, you will see there are some lower high formations, a lot of opportunities, but just the movement is not big. So if you enter a short position, let's say here after this 1, 2, 3, your stop loss is above here. So yeah, you might have had a very nice take profit in case you got stopped out by this wick, but this pair is just not kind of in a nice trend like this with nice movement. And I identified this even as a potential consolidation area. Here you can see something like this, and on Friday we got the break here, lower low formation and retest back. So that's very interesting for next week, but I don't think that price action will immediately start to push down. I would really love to see a kind of break back into the range to induce some more buyers here that are looking for buys currently on this pair, because this may be maybe a daily Fibonacci level. Yes, perfectly 61.8%. So there might be some buyers waiting here at those levels to push the market up, and they may succeed. So I want to really see some evidence here that there are still sellers, or else a break above here really to indicate that there are buyers. So I just wanted to include a little trend line like this. We'll be watching here. This will be the perfect level for price action to return. Give me a rejection here and my entry criteria, and then we can watch for shorts. Let's quickly switch to GBP USD. Let's see what I have analyzed here. So a bullish wave here to the upside, a lot of rejections here. So this looks very short biased to me, because it is an overextended market. So really a lot of people would be looking for short positions right now. So I identified this kind of liquidity spot here the previous week. Oops, not this. So this kind here, and I was looking for shorts, but then we had a very nice manipulation here. Boom, manipulated the market and pushed back down immediately after the stop losses were gathered. So overall, this market is still up, although we're having the break of the trend line right now, I believe. Yes, something like this. So what I want to see from this price action is this kind of potential head and shoulders. You will see it right now. So you have left shoulder here, head to the upside manipulation, push back down to the neckline, and then the right shoulder. I want to see it forming here. Give me my criteria here for entries, and I will be looking to write this pair down. However, this means that Euro GBP should push up. Always remember the correlation. So Euro GBP, we identified that it was a short bias market, but by any means it can push up. So really monitoring GBP USD. Looks like a very nice short opportunity for next week. We'll keep you up to date in the Telegram. Finishing the video with gold, because I think there is a nice opportunity for next week. So let's have a look. You can see the last day closed very bullish. So it was actually a consolidation, which I will show you right now on the 4 hourly. So I will draw it like this. This is our structural resistance, structural support. So the market was consolidating the whole week, and finally we've been able to break above and even close above. So what I will be waiting now is for price action even to give me a slightly more upper push and then the retest. So I would be very happy to see the market gap up, then come down to fill the gap and retest this level, and I will be long I will be going long big time. So let's see if this happens. As for support and resistance level, here we have this major supply area, this big area here. So try to search for a level like 1550. This looks nice. So, and the immediate one where I will be securing my trade will be at those 2 wicks here. So that's a nice position here, exactly where I want the market to gap up and give me a little bit more bullish pressure, and then the retest back. So I really hope you loved this video, guys. As always, leave me some feedbacks down in the comments. Let me know what do you want me to talk about, trading related or mindset or whatever. I really would love to hear from you. I hope you got something valuable from the video, and I wish you a killing week. Let's kill it. Thank you, guys.